Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go.
Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs. Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Nieder House Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Nieder House's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Nieder House Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Nieder House Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check.
Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico!
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, More horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
I was a little weak.
Well, I'm tired.
Is that what it is? You tired from all the festivities that you had?
I've been to Omaha and back this morning. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to Omaha.
You had to drop people off at the airport?
Yes.
Good for you. That's good for you. It's not a meltdown Monday. Remember how many meltdown Mondays we had last year? It's a glorious Monday, ladies and gentlemen, out there in Captain's Country. Why?
Get right Monday. Some things need to get right.
Like, get right. Can we start with the positives first?
You go ahead then.
Let's start with the positives first, man. Listen, we are 3-0 for the first time since when, Bach?
Oh, yeah. What, 2016?
Thank you. Just saying. That's saying something. We got an opportunity to go 4-0. Can you believe that? Opportunity to go 4. Let me give you some of my just my overall notes, because we are on a short week. And let me tell you something. This Illinois team that's coming into town is talented. They're talented across the board. And they play disciplined, good football. So before I even dive into that, I want to, man, shout out to the offense. Shout out to Dylan Riola. I mean, the fact that this kid, do you guys know what his season stats are? Probably not. So let me tell you. This kid is 59 for 80 for 670 yards and 5 touchdowns through 3 games. 3 games. Listen, I told y'all before that the doctor is. Did you see that ball that he threw to Lloyd across his body, 40 yards on the line? Think about that. We're talking about a freshman here, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. I see us doing some great things. Listen, man, 10-2 is not out of the question. I know it's far-fetched. But I think if you get through these next 4 games, if you can go 4-0, not 3-1, like some commentators are saying, 4-0, you set yourself up for a primetime game against Ohio State. I told y'all Ja'Cory Barney would score on that doggone reverse. He did it. Okay? 3-headed monster. I think you got to look at it. And I'm going to ask you guys this question because I want to make sure I don't steal all the time. Is Johnson making a point that he deserves to be in the top 2?
I thought so. I thought he ran really well. And of course, this was more of a. You said 3-headed monster, but you could throw Gabe Ervin in there as well. They kind of went back to the UTEP game plan to give everybody some snaps.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I think Dowdell is the guy, right? I think Johnson and Ramir and Emmett give you a great 1-2 backup punch, especially on third downs for Ramir. But I think Emmett Johnson deserves some more carries. Here's why. Because he's shown that he can make people miss and hit the X button and get explosive play. And I like that. And we need explosions. Even when the 33 got into the game, I thought he looked good finding the hole and skipping that thing all the way backside. Thoughts? Dowdell still running hard?
Yeah, I mean, and you had, of course, the two big runs. Dowdell and Johnson had the big ones. But again, carries here, Dowdell had 6, Johnson had 4, Ramir had 2, and Gabe Irvin had 3. So, they just kind of spread it out. I think Dowdell does look like your mainstay back. From there, I think it's going to kind of depend. Maybe it's somewhat on the matchup. That's what I'm kind of interested to see moving forward. Is that in that Colorado game, we thought, okay, they've narrowed it down to the 2 that they want. That maybe this is the 2 they're going with. That might not be the case. It may be more of a matchup thing. Might be who's kind of going throughout the week. But I think it's good to see all those guys get carries. Irvin to a degree less so. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because he's kind of the one that's left out. Is because Dowdell seems to kind of pack the same type of punch. And so, we've really only seen Irvin some of those goal line carries, but those other 3, it is going to be interesting to see them fight for carries throughout the remainder of the year. And if they're going to narrow it down to 2 backs a game or, in some of the bigger games, who's going to be left out more often than not?
How about, go ahead.
Well, I solely think that Dowdell is your go-to guy, and with the way Ramir catches out of the backfield, you cannot stop him from coming in on third down. He's the third down back. I think. Oh man, it's just. I mean, if you look at the stats, 6 for 58, 4 for 50, 2, 1. I mean, I'm kind of lost on this one because I think we kind of went off strip for this game and didn't stay on the running game. I think if we stayed on the running game, we could have punished that team a lot more. 22 carries for 148. I mean, even they had 39 carries for 147. So, we'll say that for the defensive part, though.
Yeah, I look at also, I thought the offensive line played well. Again, Dylan Raiola, 17 for 23 for 247 and 2 touchdowns, had a pick. And I think Heinrich Harburg, 3 for 3. You gotta understand, you're only good as your backup when the backup's got to go in. When they're forced to play, now all of a sudden, you like, oh, no. When you have a backup that goes in the game and he goes 3 for 3, that's a capable backup that could be a starter. So I like that. I think as far as the offensive line, the one thing that I heard out of our line that I hadn't heard in a long time, those pads were popping. They was hitting people up front. And I like that. Did you know that 10 different receivers caught passes? 10. Who led in receiving? Do you guys know?
I got a stat sheet right in front of me.
Oh, good. Well, can you guys join into the conversation?
I mean, for sure. I mean, come on, you and I mean, this.
What? Say it. What?
Nothing. I'm gonna reserve my judgment. I mean, I'm not gonna get excited over a UNI game because that team shouldn't even been on the field with us. We should have blew them out. Certain things on defense I didn't like, some I did, but I think we should have rushed for at least 300 yards. We should have had 500 yards total offense. I think just for a tune-up before we head into the Big Ten game. Now you're gonna. I don't know if we are holding back or what, but I didn't really. If I had to grade this game, man, I'm going with probably a B.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we struggled in the second half, but you got to think that they doubled us in plays. They had the ball for 10 minutes in one quarter. You know what I mean? So for us to put the numbers up that we put up, I thought we did an excellent job of doing that. I don't think you show too much. You can't show your hand too early. So if we are holding back, great. We don't need to. If you don't need to exert all that energy to beat a team, and this climate that we're in now, I think you keep your team fresh. Did we come out unscathed as far as injuries? You got to think about this. We had 5 big plays. I mean, I'm counting the 24-yard plays as big plays. They're 1 yard away. Okay. We gave up no big plays. You gotta take your hat off for that. You know, I thought defense, they shut down both of those backs. Neither one of those backs had over, I don't even know if they had 100 yards total. They might have been close.
Yeah,
They ran for
147.
Yeah.
The quarterback.
It doesn't
I mean,
matter.
the quarterback
You got to stop the quarterback too.
Yeah, man, I get that part, but if they ran for 147, how many points did they get off of that 147? Huh? I'm listening. How many?
Your goal
How
is
many
to be
points did they get off the 147 that we gave up?
The number one defense. You just gave up 147, so that's not going to get you the number one defense if that's what you want to be.
Well,
you're just going by the yardage.
Listen. We are a work in progress. Every day we a team that's going to get better and better. So if we continue to get better and better, then it's going to be tough to beat us as long as we get better in time. You got to think, this is Dylan Raiola's going into his 4th game in college football ever. And he looks like he's been out there for years. So I get it. I'm not saying, okay, we going to get into it real quick after this one, but I need to get back to some other people. Who Carter Nelson, I thought Carter Nelson played lights out for a true freshman. To do what he did, I thought he played lights out. You know, and you can tell how talented he is, because you can say what you want. When that kid catches the ball, he's 6. Look how big he is. It's not like he's catching the ball and going down on the ground. Homeboy is catching the ball and trying to get missing and get 6. You can't coach that. You either got it or you don't. Now, if you don't think so, I thought we played well. I think we struggled again in the second half. If I had to give an offensive player of the game, to me, again, the doctor did what the doctor does. And he's 3 for 3 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall Nebraska played. We'll first of all give Northern Iowa credit. I think there's a couple of different thoughts going on throughout this conversation, but Northern Iowa looked like a pretty darn good Big Ten West team, right? It's 7-3. You feel like you should have won that first quarter. You're feeling good. The quarter's over. It's after one possession for each team. So they did sit on that clock, and they held the ball for almost 40 minutes. I think it's 38 and change for this game. So that's partial the reason why Nebraska didn't put up 48, 50 points. The other part of that is that they got their field goal kicker out there a few times in the red zone, some close kicks. Nebraska didn't finish on those possessions. So again, some things to work on, but also something that you kind of wanted to see too, right? With Alvano, is get him some good close kicks, get some confidence rolling in him so he can see that ball go through the upright in a game. So even then, I feel like you did pretty good. Probably gave up too much rushing yards, right? For if you want to be the number one defense in the nation, a big part of that, why they held on to the ball for so long, because they were turning out first downs. They were moving the ball quite a bit on you. Nebraska was able to keep them out of the end zone. That's ultimately the best goal. But for for a defense, I think that has looked pretty darn good. Has looked really good against Colorado at times. I don't know if they felt like they were quite at that level. Giving up 3 points, again, ultimately the goal, but they just kind of moved a bit too much. It kind of a bend but don't break feel to this game. Again, which is fine. I think it just feels good. It feels good to me to be 3-0. It feels good to win 34-3. Could it be better? Yes, but this is a big time work in progress. What I'm excited about is the future. Like you mentioned, Carter Nelson, Dylan Raiola. You imagine a few years down the line with Ja'Cory Barney and Jalen Lloyd. I mean, the weapons, you can see the future is really being built there. And of course, there's a lot of seniors on this roster that are going to hopefully be able to pass the torch. And so you kind of try to get done what you can here and see how far you can go. I'm not a huge into the whole 7-0, 10-2 talk. I think this is, again, still a team that needs to earn it each and every week. But it's you could see it. I mean, you could see the possibility. You could see why Matt Rule is a program builder, because this program is moving along.
Well, here's the one question I really have is when we didn't kick that field goal on 4th down. I think we turned it over on downs. You remember that? There was a time where I thought we should have kicked the field goal, and I think we went for it and ended up not getting it, I believe. And I was just wondering if we, in those situations, if we need to work on our field goal, why not kick the field goal? But other than that, I thought we played a solid game. I thought it was a solid game. I thought, Dylan Raiola showed why I think I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. If he continues to win, he will be up for the Heisman. He'll be on the watch list.
Yeah, that BTN announcer said the same thing at the end of the game. Raiola is the first freshman. This is coming from BTN, by the way. Their stat was the first freshman quarterback since Heisman-winning trophy winner Marcus Mariota to complete 70-plus completion percentage in his first 3 games. Marcus Mariota did that back in 2012. Of course, didn't win the Heisman for a few years after that. But, Dylan Raiola's got the eyes of the nation. The whole cosplay Mahomes thing, the joke people make. But that's part of the excitement, too. It's just, man, Nebraska hasn't had an arm talent like this. And what I would believe is pretty close to forever. And so in a young quarterback with this much upside, the sky's the limit for him. And again, so it's just going to depend on what can you get around him. And that was my concern in bringing him in. Well, now again, I see Jalen Lloyd, I see Carter Nelson, I see Ja'Cory Barney, I see legit threats that he can make some big time plays out of. If they can get this ground game working along with it, it's going to be really tough to stop. Not just for this season, but again down the line. Nebraska seems to have something, and have something young, so they've got something that can stick for quite some time.
Yeah, I just think we're on the way. I thought, like I said before, I told you, I thought the offense was ahead of the defense slightly. We'll know against Illinois. We'll know Friday night.
I'd give the defense a lot of credit for what they give up 20 points in 3 games, non-con games. It's among the top in the nation.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
So I'd say the defense is. I'd give them more credit at this point.
We ain't played anybody.
We
played Colorado. Colorado's better than we thought. Colorado's better than we thought they were.
Colorado's probably on pace for what most people in their right minds thought going into the season, which is maybe 5 or 6 wins.
Well, they handled Colorado State pretty good.
Yeah.
Colorado handled them pretty
Colorado
good.
State, I don't know if it's a bowl team.
Yeah, but who did Colorado State play before the week before that? And got bombed.
They lost 52-0 to Texas.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, if Texas bombed them 52-0 and Colorado handled them pretty good, I don't think Colorado is that bad of a football team. That I thought they was horrible. If they would have got beat by Colorado State, they would have been horrible. But the fact that they went out there and they beat Colorado State, wasn't like it was a game. I mean, it was a game, but it wasn't a game. They, just like we kind of beat Colorado, they beat Colorado State. So I think Colorado a little bit better than we think, which helps us. I hope they go and don't lose another game.
I don't see that happen.
I don't either, but that was just wishful thinking. Look at Terrell. Fix your face. Fix it. You're supposed to be happy right now.
Hall of Fame weekend for him.
I mean, and he comes back and he's just a Debbie Downer. Why we can't be happy? We're gonna talk defense in the next segment. We'll let Terrell give his assessment of this defense that only gave up 147 yards. That's not a lot of yards in a game.
No, that's rushing.
That's rushing. Yeah. And that is a lot of yards.
I'm gonna say no, it's not. In the grand scheme of things, 147 yards. You only give up 147 yards rushing in a game. That is not. It's one person to have 147 yards. What are you talking about?
That's significant. That's like 50 yards worse than what they averaged last year.
I'm gonna say this one more time. That's all right. Go ahead, throw it to break. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah, we'll debate it when he comes back. You're listening to the Captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back after this. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese. cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup is adding 2 new impact flavors, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 5 fights are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games,
wasn't that
located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, Terrell. Let's hear it.
All right. Defense, I think they played okay. It's just certain things that you're showing flashes of from last year about not getting off the field on third down. That's probably and I think mobile quarterbacks or not. I wouldn't call him mobile. What was he, Bach? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's just shifty enough to get away.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point we should have put a spy on him, but you did shut down the running game. But also you gave up 147 yards, which is like giving up a 100-yard rusher, though, to me. 147 yards is a lot of rushing. Malcolm Hazard played good. I think the defense backs played good. But you got to understand, we got to get off the field on third down, and we got to contain this quarterback, these mobile quarterbacks, because, Illinois has a mobile quarterback, and then Illinois has two pretty good damn receivers that we're finna face right now. Oh, yeah. So you figure that we got to have a good week of practice, because you can't, as a superior defense, you can't let both phases of their game click at the same time. So you got to shut one down. You either got to shut passing down or running down. So you can't let both of them click like this week. I mean, they didn't give up 100 and what rushing. I mean, passing.
Yeah, it's like 162.
Yeah, 162. They wasn't really a passing team, but more about what I'm saying though is that the defense needs to use this crowd at home on third down to get off the field, because now you're entering this Big Ten conference, and sometimes you're going to go out of town and you're not going to have that crowd that's going to be there to help you and help you get hyped. But you need to just get off the field on third down a little better. I mean, overall, I think they played good, but I hate to see them struggle against a team, especially the rushing part against UNI.
Yeah, but if you really look at they were 6 for 16. It's only 38% on third down. We were 4 for 7.
I mean, the times I seen it though, because I watched it live, they couldn't get off the field on third down. I mean, they probably made 3 third down conversions back to back to back. You know, they don't do nothing on first, second, and third. Bam. I mean, first and second. Third down, he scrambles and get the ball. I mean, we did knock him out the game eventually, but you don't want that going on the whole game.
They were also 2 of 4 on fourth down, so they converted some of those as
Hey,
well.
that's 50%.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I mean, I like the performance. I mean, especially when we got down in the red zone and we got the interception. But you should dominate a team like you and I, because now we're, you know, the cupcake schedule is over with now. Now we hop into the real competition part of what the Big Ten is. And now you have a team that's 24 in the nation. I mean, I know we only played 3 games, but, you know, Illinois is known for having a good defense and a good offense. So you got to get prepared for this one.
Yeah, I think this was a game of when you have a team that holds the ball almost 2-1, right? They had the ball 2-1, and you still dominate them on the scoreboard and on the stat sheet. I mean, if you look, they averaged 3.6 yards per carry. Okay, that ain't good. We averaged 6.5. Even though we only had 22 carries, we averaged 6.5 when we did do it. And we got 2 touchdowns out of it. They got 0. Passing.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 147 yards.
You listen, man, I don't know how you figure that 147 yards is a lot of yards. That's not a lot when we average 400 yards rushing. That now, if you give up 2 something and a couple touchdowns on the ground, then I'll tell you, okay, that was a good rushing. You gave it up. But we gave up no rushing touchdown, not one. 3.6 yards is not a lot on 39 carries. That's not a lot when this is a rushing team. This is a running team. They came in with 2 big backs that one of the backs had over 300 something plus yards. They came in ready to go, and we shut them down. They didn't have a back over 100 yards. Did they even have a back over 60 yards? I don't think they had a back over 60. They didn't.
I think their quarterback led them in rushing.
Yeah,
11 for 50, 11 for 47, 40, 10 for 37.
Yeah, that's nothing. I would say that's a heck of a success.
Okay.
And you didn't give up nothing? What was there? You didn't give up anything. You didn't give up a touchdown.
Right. I think the defense would be happy, and everybody will be happy giving up 3 points every time out. I don't think the defense is going to be too happy that they gave up, you know, over 150 rushing and 300 yards total to the opposing offense. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Was it a perfect performance? No. Was it a great performance? I'd probably sell short of that, but it was a pretty good performance. And, you know, shout out to Marquise Buford for the breakup in the end zone. Early in that game that held it to 3. And then Malcolm Hartzog, the only other time they were really threatening, got the interception. So they stood up, they made the plays when they needed to. And this game was nowhere close. But again, I think they would probably, they want to polish things up. They were without a few guys here. Jamari Butler didn't play. Michael Mazuka didn't play. So both on offense and defense. So, kind of factoring all that in here. Again, I go back to kind of what Terrell was saying. It's a really good performance. It's fun. It's fun to criticize 34-3. This is what Nebraska fans used to do when they were beating everybody down. You'd still have your critiques, and that's kind of where we are here. I think we're all very excited. Nebraska's a top 25 team. Have another top 25 team coming to town for a Friday night. First time since I think 2014, maybe 2013, since you had a top 25 matchup at Nebraska. So, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to here. Nebraska got what they needed to get done in the non-con. But I think that I think there's just kind of still the thought that they're a building team, far from a finished product. And we saw that, and that's fine. That's what's to be expected at this point.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Money G in Kansas says, Captain, put down the Heisman Trophy Kool-Aid for this year. I can't. You can say what you want. I'm throwing his name in the hat, Money G in Kansas. Why not? If we're 7-0 or whatever it is going into Ohio State game, you can say what you want. You got to give credit where credit is due. We are a different football team with Dylan Raiola than we will be with any other quarterback. No other quarterback, I don't believe, to me, has the potential that a Dylan Raiola has. And if he does, what has not been done around here in a long time, and we go 10-2, his name should be in the hat.
I would say, though, again, to me, that the 7-0 talk it should take an even further step back this week. And it's nothing for what Nebraska did this weekend, for what the other teams did. Indiana, Rutgers, and Illinois are not what we thought they were going into the season.
Indiana offense looks.
These teams have some pop to them. And if Nebraska loses one of them, I don't want it to be the end of the world. Nebraska gave it up. They shouldn't be playing because those brands don't belong in the same field as Nebraska. These are some pretty darn good teams that are developing themselves.
Yeah, I watched that Indiana, and they got a great offense.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't take a look. I wouldn't look down on Wisconsin either, but just because they played a Alabama team that probably too many teams in the nation can't keep up with. So you can't really fault them for that game.
Tyler Van Dyke got hurt early.
Yeah, but this Illinois and the rest of the Big Ten, they're making noise. I mean, especially Indiana, because their offense is different. I'm talking about way different, and they're doing a lot of stuff. A lot of teams got fast tempo offenses in the Big Ten now, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see when we get into this big play, especially this week, because I'll be there.
Jesse from Milford says they averaged 289 yards rushing per game in their first 2 games, talking about Northern Iowa. So to hold them to half,
I'm not gonna. This Northern Iowa dude. This is a D1 AA school. Okay, if you're gonna say that you can't stop a D1 AA school, then it's gonna. I'm just saying.
No, I think we stopped them. Like I said, 3 points to me is from what we were seeing last year. 3 points.
Yeah, I love the 3 points. I love the 3 points. I love the 3 points, but I want us to work on this rushing game because, you played so lights out last week against Colorado to give them 27, 37 yards rushing. And you come back and get 147. I'm not saying it's a dagger in the heart, but it as a defensive player, it stings because you don't want a team to get over 100 yards, period. Not even one person, but as a team, you want to shut them down. I mean, I played on a team, even the 94 team, they 85. The 95 team, 79. The 96 team, 87. And that's what you want to keep them under 100 yards a game.
Look at you having a standard Hall of Fame standard defender out here yelling at people, talking about this ain't good enough. I appreciate that. I just wanted to interject.
I wouldn't say it wasn't good enough. It was subpar.
It's okay to say it ain't good enough.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay to say it. Look. Here's the thing: your passion for it, your love for it, you vested in it.
Yeah.
So I understand. I just came to interject some sunshine into the room.
Okay.
Because well, no, I mean dogs don't bark, and that's part of what we do. But here's what I also knew. I didn't have a chance to be here this weekend, so I had the obligation. So let me say publicly, congratulations, Hall of Famer Terrell Farley. Well done. Fully, nothing given, everything earned, and it's such a huge thing that it has to be highlighted in front. And as a part of this, a part of what is happening, and there's a rebranding and a retransitioning for Nebraska football that's important across the board. But a few weeks ago, they announced that they were bringing back kind of these mesh throwback, iconic Husker jerseys, right? And we went to the folks over at Big Red Shop and said, "Hey, listen, we've got some dudes over here. They may or may not have them, but to make them available, would you be interested and curious about making it interested?" And the first one that came up was, of course, the Hall of Famer as he goes into it. So Farley, they deliver, bro. How's that look, Farley?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to wear that to the game. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Like they came in and did the work, got the patch on it, fully on, right? Name on the back, crisp.
I'm gonna wear that to the game. Friday
so fresh. What do they say from down south in Georgia?
So fresh and so clean.
So fresh and so clean. So Farley, we're gonna have you sign one and put one up on the wall. All right. Of course, have you worked on your Hall of Fame signature? Like, now that you have to do the thing, HOV, HOF. You have to go HOF.
Yeah.
You can't just say on your name anymore, Farley. It's Terrell Farley, HOF 24.
Absolutely.
I have to get with Jay Foreman.
Yeah, y'all gotta let her do that. But I wanted to show that off because I'm proud of it and proud of you for what's going on. But yeah, it's a cool thing. Yeah, not bad, young man. Not bad.
All right, well, there he goes, DP, bringing in the clean old school mesh jersey. Terrell Farley, what a weekend it was for him. All right, let's talk a little bit more about this game, a little bit more about the season when we get back here on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry, this deal ends soon. See Home Club for details.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: a slight chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with the high around 87. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 68. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with the high around 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson. Powered by Bauer. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Captain Show. I'm with
the black shirt.
Man. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that our defense has arrived by no stretch of the margin. I'm simply saying I'm simply saying that I thought as a team, our defense, our offense, we look better. I mean, last year we struggled sometimes with these same teams. We struggled to put up points. We struggled to do things. So I think, for the preseason, like Coach said, for that to be the preseason, I thought we looked good in the preseason. Now we about to get into the real season. And the real test is going to be coming up as far as Illini. When they come into town Friday night, we better be ready to go. Now, I will say if I had to pick a person, I would give my game ball on defense to Giff. I thought Giff flew around, and I thought he made a lot of tackles that, quite frankly, last year he might have missed. And so I take my hat off to him. I take my hat off to John Bullock. I thought he flew around. And I will say I thought they should have we didn't tackle well at all. We missed a lot of tackles, and I don't think we can do that this week. We can't miss these tackles. We have to be sure in our tackling, or again, it could be a track meet going the other way because Illinois is the most complete football team that we have faced up until today. That when we face them Friday, that'd be the best team that we'll face.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think if I had to give a game ball, it might go to Malcolm Hartzog. Again, I kind of brought this up on the pregame show, but Nebraska's given up what is it now, 20 points this year, and 14 of those, or 2 touchdowns, I should say, are on Malcolm Hartzog. So that's not a stat that you necessarily want to see that continue. But on the reverse of that is that he's been able to get 2 picks this year, including one in this past game. Again, along with the Buford breakup in the end zone on the first drive. Those were the only 2 real threats as far as UNI goes, as far as scoring. Now, there's a couple other big hit plays. I think James Williams hit the stick shift there. I think Prince William and McMillan almost decapitated their quarterback. So there were some fun pops in there as well. But if I had to go with one, I thought that interception was pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dissing the defense. I'm just saying this week when you practice, you clear some things up. I mean, the third down is your most important down, and you have to get off the field and stop that drive. Especially letting them have the ball. 10 minutes? That's a lot of time right there. I'm just saying, as a defensive player, you just want to get off the field on third down.
Yeah, I mean, if their first drive was 10 minutes and then the last, that was the longest drive of the day. They put it together. I get it, but I thought the bend but no break Nebraska defense, I'll take that any day of the week. But you better tackle in practice. That's what I say. You better tackle those scout teamers need to be getting blasted in practice. They need to get broke up in practice because you cannot go in a game, miss that many tackles against a team that is equally as talented and equally as matched as Illini will be of us. It's 22 versus 23. That's an equal matchup to me. Flip a coin. Whoever plays the best. Now you look at penalties. We only had 4 penalties. Last year we probably averaged 10. So having 4 penalties, we're getting things cleaned up. Malcolm, I would give Malcolm the game ball, but Malcolm struggled tackling. He struggled. I think he missed more tackles. When I went back to watch the game again, he missed more tackles than anybody did. And I think it's a deal. He's not wrapping up. He's throwing his body in there really, really well, but he's not wrapping up. And you have to wrap people's legs up, especially when you got a 6'4", 230-pound back or 6'2", 225-pound back, or a back that's dynamic. He's got great balance. You have got to wrap up. You cannot throw your body. They will bounce off of that and keep right on going, and that's what Malcolm has been doing, and he's got to wrap up. He's smaller, but if he jumps on those legs and wraps the legs up and make sure he's getting the guy down, we'll be okay. If he's throwing his body, he's going to bounce off like a little tack, a little flea, and that's what's been happening. And I think as a team, we got to clean up the tackling on defense when we're going into Big Ten play.
Yeah, I think there's a lot still to work on with this defense. I mean, even the guys that we mentioned, I'm sure there's plays that you can remember where they didn't make. But it's that's what I think the somewhat of the frustration, I suppose, comes from Farley's side, is that yes, it was bend but don't break, and generally that's good. We kind of feel like it's time for this defense to take that next step, and they've been talking about taking that next step, like bend but don't break, and all that. Like, that's nice. But when do we get to dominating? When do we get to overwhelming? And Colorado looked overwhelming, at times, especially that front line. That's why I was a little bit, and they did get pressure here. And I understand UNI, didn't pass the ball that much. They certainly didn't sit in the pocket all that long. But 1 sack on the night. I was hoping for a little bit more for Nebraska. They did, again, get pressure. And I think that defensive line, maybe outside of this game or include this game one way or the other, that's one of the reasons I'm really, looking forward to what can be done, not just this year, but down the line as well. I think their 2 deep is really good. Their front 3, I suppose, in the 3-3-5 But you could say front four, you throw Cam Linhart in there. Of course, Jamari Butler sat out this game. Really, disruptive. And so, I think that's going to give Nebraska a chance in a lot of these games. But they were also dealing with, Bayer not playing in the first half again, so it was a good performance. Again, not great. And it is going to have to be better moving forward. Illinois is kind of interesting. Yes, they did beat Central Michigan. Yes, they're 3-0, they're top 25, but their victory over Kansas was diminished a little bit Friday night when UNLV beat Kansas. So just kind of interesting to see where these teams are, because Brett Bielema has a history with Nebraska, usually a better one for Brett than for Nebraska, but Nebraska did beat them last year. They're coming off a 5-7 season themselves. So it aligns for a pretty darn good battle of what looks to be up and coming teams in the Big Ten. But not one, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, this is the most complete team, but it's not an overwhelming challenge. Nebraska should be able to win this one.
Well, I mean, again, that remains to be seen. We'll see. I think we should definitely win this one, but it's going to all depend on how we play, because this will be the best defensive backs. Illini defensive backs are really, really good. They're really, really good, and they will test our receivers. They will get up in their face. We're going to have to be able to get off of man, because if you think Illini are going to sit back in the zone against us, you're sadly mistaken. They're going to get after us. They're going to put 5, 7, 8 people in the box, and they're going to challenge us to beat them. And I think when you have a team like this, now big plays, all those big plays that we've been racking up, those count. Those start when you hit a big play against a team like an Illinois. Now you got to defend, because they have big playability too. So to me, the team that has the most big plays will win this game. The team that plays clean, meaning no turnovers. We haven't, and I'll say this, Terrell, I would like to see our defense get after the ball and get some fumbles. For them to run the ball that many times, 39 times, I didn't think we got that many. We didn't get one ball on the ground.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think I like the interception part in the sack, but as this is, hope we'll just play better this weekend. Get in the Big Ten and just wreak havoc. I think we kept it simple enough for Illinois not to get too much stuff on us. And I think that's one of the things when Coach Rule said, okay, the preseason's over with. Now you get into your real stuff and you show them stuff they haven't seen yet. And you blitz them ways you haven't seen them blitz yet. But at the same thing, like I said, we kept it simple, but I didn't like the simple, especially against the defense.
Did you think it wasn't as loud? The fans weren't as loud as it was the Colorado game. Was that me, or was that true?
Well, Matt Rule said it was, they were kind of matching that intensity. It would be hard to. It would just be, you can't replace stakes. There's certain stakes to the Nebraska-Colorado game that just weren't there. I felt it all week. I felt it on all Saturday waiting for that game. It was Nebraska-Northern Iowa. It was not Nebraska-Colorado. So coming off of that, it's going to be hard. But, again, credit to Nebraska's crowd, because they got some great shots in BTN of people sitting up there right by the moon at the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
The stadium was packed. And, I know we take that for granted and stuff here around here, but most places, I don't care if you're in the top 25 or not, if you have Northern Iowa coming down, you're going to see a lot of empty seats. Didn't see that.
No, well, that's what you see when you win. When you winning, it's all good. So, for us that's used to winning, this is great. But now, all bets are off now. You got to play your best football right now. It's listen, we're 0-0. We're not 3-0. We're 0-0. We have when we go Friday, there's no 3-0 football team. It is Illini versus Nebraska. That's it, and that's all. But we need the fans to show up. We need to show up, meaning the football team needs to show up. I thought special teams. How did you think our special teams play?
A lot better than the previous week, I think. I didn't have too much complaints on the special teams area.
Yeah, I thought we played a clean game special teams wise. Now we'll get pressed a little bit now. You gotta and if I go over to Illini scout as far as offensively, black shirt, you're exactly right. Altmaier, number 9, their quarterback, he can run. So you might want to put a spy on him, but he can run. So if you let him break contain, he'll kill you with his legs. You know, running back, they've got 3 backs. They kind of like us. They've got some backs. You know, Valentine's got the speed. McCray is kind of that all back. And then they got, I think his name is Fagan. He's the big back. You're going to have to be ready for him. Dixon Bryant, number 13, the receiver. You better get in his face. I would match my best guy up against him all over the field. I just would. But again, I'm not the defensive coordinator, so guys are going to have to know where this Dixon Bryant is because
Pepper.
I mean Dixon and Bryant. How about I say that? Dixon and Bryant. Bryant is number 13. Dixon is their other receiver, but Bryant is the big play guy. He's the guy who he can take a 5-yard pass and turn it into an 80-yard touchdown. They're balanced attack. 22 versus 23, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest 2 hours in radio is rolling. And we're powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brand.
Excavated.
We'll be right back.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 5 fights are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Oh, Kansas. Here we go. Second half today. You just don't stop giving, do you? Green flag, we're underway. The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. What a finish, boys. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs. Goddamn right. Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
I got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn, he'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
$93.7 The Ticket. It's the Captain Show. It's just me and Bach riding right now. Listen, Bach, you need to go ahead and play the song and get us up to date on our games. What's going on in that lifestyle, because man, did we got something right, but we got a lot wrong.
Yeah, it was a fun week. I think I saw it was the first time since like 2013, 2014, where we had a week of every top 25 team won. So there's no problem there. But we didn't do too well actually on our picks because overall we were all hovering around 500. Rashawn, you'll be happy to know you did go 6-5 this week. But because Terrell went 5-6, you have now taken the lead. I also went 6-5. But you've taken the lead for the season. You have 20 victories up on the board. Terrell and myself have 19.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was going to take it a little seriously this time around. I was going to do a little bit of homework, and I'm going to stop picking with my heart because I really should be 5-6 games ahead of you guys because I was picking with my heart, and I got to stop it.
Yeah, there's a few picks this week that didn't go your way. As I mentioned, at 6-5. The only game that we all missed again was UNLV beating Kansas on Friday night. We all figured after that Illinois loss that Kansas would be able to rebound, but UNLV, look out what they've got going. They won 9 games last year. Now this upset over Kansas, they're off to a 3-0 start. In fact, they're number 25 in the USA Today coaches poll. It's the first time in program history that they've been ranked in either of the two major polls. So how about that for the Running Rebels?
Kansas is who we thought they were.
There's a lot of talk this offseason about Coach Lance Leipold, a friend, of course, of Early Break, and I'm a big fan of him too. But there's a lot of talk about him being in the top 2-3 coaches in the nation.
No.
Well, let's hold on here. Hold on.
No, it's over with over there in Kansas. Listen, when you lose to UNLV, you are back to who you were, Kansas.
Yeah.
The doormats of the Big 12, the Big 8. What are they in now?
They're still in the Big 12. Yeah, they haven't
Okay,
moved.
well, their Big 12 run is over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Another game we picked, you're the only one to pick it correctly, was Kansas State beating Arizona on Friday night. Arizona looks like they are missing Jed Fish a little bit more. I predicted all offseason that that the coach and that the wide receiver, the quarterback were more the reason they were winning. Maybe Fish had something to do with it, though. As we'll get to later in this picks, he also struggling with out of the gate, losing to Washington State there with Washington over the weekend. So it must have been a combination of the two. But whatever the case, the Magic is now lost in Tucson. They do not have the longest win streak in the nation any longer.
Well, Arizona, listen, Kansas State has got a doggone good offense, and you better be able to stop them because they got receivers all over the place. They got running backs. Kansas State is a scary team, and their defense is pretty doggone good. So I like K-State not just because they got a guy by the name of Keegan Johnson, Keegan Johnson.
Yeah,
I gotta make sure I get it right. Keegan Cade and Jr. So Keegan Johnson, to me, big time receiver. He's got another year to go, and I like K-State to make some noise in the Big 12.
Well, remember they got Dylan Edwards out of the portal there at running back. They got a quarterback that chased Ohio State quarterback out of town. So Kansas State is a team to look out for. Not surprisingly, Alabama dominated Wisconsin. Tyler Van Dyke got hurt early. And so maybe that game could have been a little bit more competitive. But Alabama looks to keep moving along here. Post Nick Saban era in Wisconsin, you got to again. We can complain about small details in our 34-3 victory. There are other teams in year 2 of their coach wondering if they've made the right move. Wisconsin's already kind of thinking about that with Luke Fickell. I've seen some thoughts.
Well, you tell me. You tell me what's going on in Wisconsin. You tell me if that's the same Wisconsin football team of 3 years ago. You tell me, because they don't look the part to me. You can say what you want, but Wisconsin don't look the part. They look very, very beatable, and they look vulnerable.
And Braylon Allen, by the way, who is off into the NFL now, the youngest player to ever score a rushing and receiving touchdown in the same game the other day with the Jets. So maybe he was part of that. But again, yeah, they're we probably lump them into this pass happy tech just because it's compared to what they used to do, which is run. They're somewhat still balanced, but they're not the program that they built, that they thought that they topped out at, under Brett Bielema and Paul Chryst and some of those guys. So we'll see what kind of happens next there. Notre Dame took out their frustration on Purdue pretty significantly, 66 points up on the board. Rashawn, I think you picked Purdue going into that game, unfortunately.
I did that just because I was trying to set something up to maybe hopefully the Big Ten upset Notre Dame. But listen, that was a horrible pick by me. I will accept that. It was terrible. Purdue is horrible. We should smash them as well.
Yeah, I think I was, while I did pick Notre Dame, I was in that same boat where I think it was going to be absolute cinema because I at least expected a close game. Purdue, another one of those second-year coaches, Ryan Walters, that doesn't seem to be getting the Boilermakers rolling down the line necessarily. So there is that. Indiana did top UCLA. Again, I going into this game, I thought Indiana with Curtis Rourke, a one-time MAC Player of the Year. I mean, he's off to a hot start. They go into the Rose Bowl and shut down UCLA. I told you guys preseason, I don't know if UCLA is going to have it this year. Doesn't look like it so far for them. So, both those teams, opponents for Nebraska down the line. But as you mentioned, Purdue and UCLA are kind of moving down the line, as well as Wisconsin as far as future opponents for Nebraska, while the Illinois, Indiana's, Rutgers, teams like that are moving up the board.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell that having these first-year coaches, especially at UCLA, it's taking its toll. And they got to rebuild. They got to rebuild that team from the ground up. It's not going to happen overnight. So I think, Coach Foster, they got their work cut out for them. But I think they'll get better in time. I just don't think they're there yet, and we should be able to dominate these football teams.
Yeah, that's on one side of the 1 year rebuild. The other side is that Indiana and Kurt Cignetti look way better than they have in years. So, sometimes again, the portal these days, I mentioned it. They went and got Curtis Rourke, who a couple of years ago was the MAC Player of the Year. You get a new, a jumpstart quarterback, jumpstart head coach, and get your program off and moving. So we'll see what Indiana has to bring. Later this year, we'll see what they can do. Very close one. LSU just outlast South Carolina's 36-33 after being down, I believe, 21-0 to start the game. I can't remember, 17-0. One of those. It was a big, gap. LSU is able to come back, and for a week, Brian Kelly doesn't have to hear it from all the dogs down there. I suppose they're probably all howling just like we are here in Baton Rouge about what didn't go right, but it's interesting. Again, holds it off for a week. They won a Heisman last year, but it's about team success down there. They did get the win, but Brian Kelly is not the most comfortable. We'll say that at LSU right now. Not saying hot seat or anything, but if they had lost, there'd been some talk.
Of course. I mean, but LSU, again, anytime you get a win, they need to build from that, learn from it, and then get better. Week to week, you got to get better because teams are going to get better, and the teams that you start facing later on down the road are going to be football teams, and you're going to have to put complete games, and you got to tackle, you got to block, you got to run, you got to catch, or you lose.
How about the backyard brawl? Pittsburgh gets the win 38-34. Pat Narduzzi said they had to fight both West Virginia and Pittsburgh, and now they had to fight both West Virginia and the officials. Now he has $5,000 less in his pocket because of that, but he got fined a little bit. But Pittsburgh gets the win. I'm happy for Pat Narduzzi after a down year. Remember that program, Nebraska was part of it. They had the ACC championship, and then South Carolina said, "Oh, we'll take your USC said, we'll take your Biletnikoff award-winning wide receiver." Nebraska said, "We'll take your offensive coordinator." Kenny Pickett was off the league, so they had some down years. They're back to 3-0.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is real. I mean, that's a real football team. And again, football team. I keep saying it. It's not about one player. It's about the team. And I think when you have a team, you're a lot harder to beat when you have and then like Colorado and the individuals.
Now, the last game I did want to mention that we didn't have on our board, we took it off because we thought, well, this one's not close enough. We're not going to call this one. Georgia and Kentucky ended up being a heck of a game, so much so that Georgia has been replaced. Texas is now the number one team in the nation because Georgia struggled so much with Kentucky. Now, the big talk here is this was a 13-12 game, right? It's a low-scoring game, so the offenses weren't exactly getting the job done. But Kentucky, with about 3 minutes left, had all three of their timeouts. They had a 4th and 8 opportunity near, kind of getting close to midfield to go for it, go for the win, get the upset. They decided to punt, hoping they could stop Georgia and get the ball back with enough time. It did not happen. I mean, Georgia got a first down. They needed 2 to close out the game. They got 1. I think Kentucky got a playoff there at the end, but it was not worth not going for it in my mind on 4th and 8. I understand, again, that the offenses are struggling, but if your team is there, and maybe the analytics say punt, maybe, all that, but if your team is there, you have a chance with 3 minutes to go to just get a field goal. I gotta believe my team can get 8 yards.
Well, I mean, you got to think, though, during the season, you would like to – you got a number one guy on the ropes, right? Punch him out. There's no reason to try to go defend anything. All you got to do is score, and you beat a Georgia team. You got to have the eye of the tiger, and when they're down, go after them. I think they played it lackluster. They played it safe, and it cost them the game. At least cost them an opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, I think so too. And It's unfortunate. Again, I understand it. Wasn't such a bad idea that I don't understand the logic behind it, right? They thought they could get a stop, low scoring ball game, all that. But at best, they were going to get the ball back similar to where they had the ball to begin with a lot less time. So I don't know. It was a close game. But what do you think about Georgia struggling with Kentucky? I mean, we go into this year thinking, the college football playoff, we're going to finish with the same 4 teams. Georgia's going to be one of them. Kentucky hasn't necessarily looked great to start the season, and Georgia struggled mightily.
Yeah, but you got to think, man, every team, you got to play the game, right? We won the national championship in 97. Missouri took us all the way to overtime. We still won it. In 1995, quiet as kept, the hardest game that we played was against Wyoming. They took us all the way into the fourth quarter before we got that game under control. So it's not, you can't you got to look at this week to week. And some weeks, powerful teams struggle, but they find a way to get it done. Once they find a way to get it done, they learn from it, or they should learn from it, and then bounce back in a major way. And I think you'll see Georgia next week wake up big time.
All right, you listen to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We will be back with more sports talk. I see Terrell on the other side. We'll bring him back in as well with the captain coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Kim with Midwest Bank. We know there is more to your business than numbers and spreadsheets. For us at Midwest Bank, the people who make up a business matter most. We believe in getting to know you and your business and providing customized banking solutions that help protect your business and help it grow. Schedule a free consultation with us today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with the high around 87. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 68. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with the high around 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
The McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Liverpool was given their first loss of the season at the hands of Nottingham Forest 1-0. Man City stays undefeated, beating Brentford 2-1, and then Crystal Palace tied Leicester City 2-2. On Sunday, Arsenal beat Tottenham 1-0, and then Newcastle stayed hot, beating Wolves 2-1. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and P.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from, plus qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talked to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, 3.7 The Ticket. Get it together over there. In your studio. Nebraska set to play the Illini. 4 days in a wake up. And it's game time, game day. And it's what are we going to do? How are we going to continue this ride that we're on? Who's going to step up on defense and be a game changer? That remains to be seen. Terrell, you are now a Hall of Famer. Can you give us how the weekend went Saturday? How did it feel?
It went good. Friday night was good. Great food. A lot of people there. Saturday pregame, right before the game. Felt good. I mean, chat with the other guys, Rex Burkhead, Jared Craig, Chris Kelsey, the guy from the 72 team. So it was a nice outing. It was a nice time. Glad it's over with. A lot of stuff. I mean, less sleep this weekend, so I got to make up for some sleep.
Yeah, well, it's exciting for me to know that, you know, and like DP said, have you worked on that? Because you got to put Hall of Fame on there now, Hall of Famer on your signature, or are you gonna just leave it off?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just so used to signing Terrell Farley 43 so fast, so now I probably got to add HOF.
Yeah, you got. There you go. Just put HOF.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make sure that's legible now. I'm just saying. I'm excited. Let me get to some of these texts because we've been kind of neglecting these guys. Here we go. Henry Big Bank Hank says this. I broke my wrist in the 3rd grade. Took it to signing day, and HOF Terrell Farley signed my cast.
When was this?
You got to ask Big Bank Hank.
It must have been in 95 or something in the 3rd grade. He said, it took it to fan day. Yeah.
He said he
Remember
broke his
signing
wrist.
Mm.
You don't remember it?
CTE, whatever it is.
Hey.
I signed a few casts back in the day.
Disc Golf Jake says, yeah, tackling was rough, but man, Bullock was an absolute ball hawk. I mean, am I the only one? I'm the only Bullock fan to see that he was going sideline to sideline.
No, I thought he looked pretty good, and for the 2nd consecutive week. Remember, last year Matt Rule said that guy's a future NFL player, and just to be quite honest, watching it throughout last year, even though he was, I think 4th, maybe 4th somewhere around there in tackles last year, I was like, all right, I don't quite see it. Now you're starting to see it. Now he's kind of starting to break out of his shell. Looks like a pretty darn good linebacker.
I mean, we need them to step up. I can't wait till Javen Wright comes back. I mean, you stick him into that defense now. You got fresh legs who is going to be raring to go. I just think that this defense is on the verge of doing something great. If we can learn how to get the ball out, punch the ball out, get the ball out when guys are running the ball. I don't think we're not doing that at a high level, and it'll rear its head in the Big Ten. You're going to have to get balls on the ground. We're doing okay in interceptions, but I think balls on the ground, getting fumbles is going to be as big as it's going to be in this game is going to be the biggest thing that's going to help us win the game is to get the ball out. Period. 4256 says, this is Big Hoss, used to be Husker driver. I'm tired of seeing the guys not wrap up when tackling. I see guys throwing their body to tackle. I would have got benched if I lowered my head and didn't wrap up. Terrell, how do you fix that?
What's that?
How do you fix a guy that's not wrapping up? How do you fix that in practice? Because that's the only way you're going to fix it. How do you fix
form
it?
tackling practice? Just form tackling. I mean, you got to just go through the progressions of it. You just got to wrap up every time you hit. I mean, it's a practice thing. I mean, obviously it is because you just can't run in there with your head down and let people bounce off you because it's going to end up costing you one game.
Neil says the roughing the punter penalty was the low spot of this week. You guys agree?
Yeah, that's interesting. It was Nair who ran into him, and it's kind of interesting to have it. I guess I just didn't notice that he was going after those punts. To have a 6'4" guy with his type of speed out there. I like the placement, but yeah, he did ultimately rout the kicker. If you're wondering, I wonder if it feels like you didn't see too much of Boom Sheeny. I don't think he punted at all in that game. So there's other special teams. There wasn't necessarily a big return that you loved or disliked on the other side of it. So sometimes that can be pretty good. But again, just after a week with a few question marks in the Colorado, it was nice to jump back, not to have too many of it. That roughing the passer may be excluded, or the punter, excuse me.
Yeah, Derek in the car says 0 punts is a statistical anomaly. I happen to love. What say you? Great show. Anytime you don't have to punt the ball, that means your offense is very, very efficient. And that means they're scoring most of the times. Okay? Most of the times. So if you don't have a punt, that means the defense not stopping you. Okay? And that defense we played against, we could have lined up and smashed them into the ground. But why? Why do it? You got the Big Ten coming. You're getting ready to play smash mouth football. The next 8 games are going to be smash mouth football games. I think we came out unscathed during this preseason. Now it's time to get into the regular season. And if we can trust me, if we do the exact same thing and that anomaly happens and there's no punts against Illinois, that means we beat the crap out of them. I mean, we beat the snout out of them. So it is. Although you like to see Boom Sheeny doing his thing, I like to keep Boom Sheeny over there on the sideline and keep scoring touchdowns and field goals. Cindy from Omaha says this: the fans' voices were shot from CU, huh?
Maybe that's the reason why maybe it wasn't so loud, as everybody was maybe still getting their voice.
Oh, I'm tripping. Yes, my voice was shot. from CU. So, yeah, you're exactly right, Cindy from Omaha. Fans' voices were all just ridiculously gone. Twizzlers says, I don't want to get too ahead of myself 3 games in, but is this our year to show possibly more than just a bowl game? I feel this is the year to get those 4 and some 5-star recruits to notice us, and we need to win those big games and send a message to the other college teams and the future players. This year, we do more than just go to the bowl game?
I think so. I mean, I think halfway, you're halfway to your 6 wins, right? It would be very destructive to see Nebraska, finish with 6. From this point forward, only win 3 of their remaining games. So yeah, I think the bar is a little bit higher when, especially you got you got a ranking next to you now. You got some difficult games ahead of you that aren't going to kind of build you up toward Ohio State. Yeah, the expectation I think has risen above that, and I think part of that too is just to see what this team looks like. Or remember, and I wrote this down in my notes too, when they had the backups in and they were running out the clock. Emmett Johnson did end up scoring. You had Heinrich Harburg, you had Emmett Johnson, you had IGC out there. Those were all backup. Those were all starters, in the last couple of years. So now some of your starters from the last couple of years are moving to back. You can just see the growth of the program. And Matt Rule's typically gone from the doldrums to 500 to now your team's in competition for the conference in 3 years. He thought that he maybe could jumpstart that at Nebraska. Of course, they did not make a bowl game, but they were kind of hovering in that 500 space already in year 1. So now year 2, it could just kind of be that jumpstart thing where now he's already got this team where it needs to be. And then the other thing is it's maybe it's because it's not a running quarterback. Maybe we haven't seen Dylan, fail too much, fails yet. But I don't have the same old feeling of here we go again or because it'll look different. It will be a different look than what we've typically seen of Nebraska falling apart. So, I think the goal, especially now after seeing what this defense has, you can argue they haven't played very good opponents, but their numbers this far through the season, are in certain categories, are numbers you haven't seen since 2009 or 2005 or 2000, so you're going back. They're off to a heck of a start of the season. I think the expectation now is, 8-9 wins and compete to finish in the top 25.
All right. I got to say this. I'm going through the text. You guys are crazy. Bone says this. Look, we're coming off of 5, 6, or 7 freaking years of 4 and 3 game win seasons. And now we're complaining about getting dubs because they don't look good enough. Ridiculous. Go Big Red for life. Hall of Famer. If I don't say anything, it don't seem like you are. You're mute today.
I think he's still tired from the weekend. He said,
"Jeez."
Well, it's not the dub. It's just the way it was played. I mean, some players care about stats and some don't. So, a victory is a victory, like he said, though.
3994 says this. I agree, Rashawn. Malcolm is trying to truck stick. He's not wrapping up at all. He'd be wrapping up.
He's a short guy anyway. That's why he tried to get so low and just, and think they're just going to fall. But somebody's going to put that knee on him one day.
Corey says this. But where their quarterback lacked in clutch moments, we better hope that Illinois' quarterback doesn't, and our D can continue to capitalize with the help of the crowd.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a significantly better test than Northern Iowa will be. I thought the Northern Iowa quarterback did have some moxie, but it wasn't enough, to propel them into the end zone or get any points on the board. Pat Bryant has, I think, 4 touchdowns in 3 games. At the wide receiver. I mean, I know Nebraska's given up 6.7 points per game or whatever it is right now, but Illinois is going to try to score a few more than that. So, although their offense isn't blowing anybody out of the water, I do expect, Illinois to give them a little bit of a test, maybe score more than anybody else has against this black shirt defense thus far into the season.
VIP party tonight.
Yep.
Terrell, you dressing up?
No.
Is this a black tie fair box?
Try to look a little good. I don't know if it's, to the nines, but yeah.
You come in sweats?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure, it's a black tie affair here. Throw it to break, Bob.
All right, you're listening to the Captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We will be right back with our final segment here on a Monday.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. If I can have today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. If you're looking for more affordability and streamlined, you're probably better off with a Remington home. People get into homes that didn't think they could get into a home. A good product for the right price in budget.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining from more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensondsmith.com.
LES's new online account system is now available. Visit les.com/pay to pay your bill, set your bill notification preferences, view new self-service functions, and more.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Juice Stop in Lincoln reminds you, salute and thank our troops when given the opportunity. From the early days of our country through 2 world wars and countless smaller conflicts, our armed forces have stood tall. Let's support our troops and their families. Let's honor them and veterans of past battles for all their sacrifices in defense of our great nation. From Juice Stop in Lincoln, wishing Godspeed to our fighting men and women, thanking them for their triumphs and sacrifices.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
$93.7 The Ticket. We're Terrell in the bathroom.
He had to take off, so yeah, lost Terrell.
Okay, it's all good. Money G in Kansas says, any information on why Micah Makuza didn't play?
I haven't heard anything. We will hear perhaps from Coach Rule here. I mean, we will hear from Coach Rule here as he goes to the podium, and maybe we can kind of run that down. I know it wasn't injury related; it was a team decision.
7809 says, I want to call out my friend A. Ron on the radio. We bet $10. Pay up.
I don't know what they bet $10 on.
That's what I'm saying. On what? 7809. Ken E says, my 12-0 prediction still alive after 3 games. You guys are crazy. It's still alive, though. It was one more I missed, and I'm going to get to it. Is there any interesting games coming up, Bach, this week?
Yeah, there's several interesting ones. I can pull that up. I did just to follow up, and again, we haven't heard from Coach Matt Rule yet, but from Robin Washut here off of Twitter, Micah Mazuka is now listed as the number 2 right guard behind Henry Lutovsky. Coach, again, Mazuka did not play due to a coach's decision, so that'll be interesting. And I thought, for what it's worth, too, Lutovsky did pretty good. He has started a couple games the last couple of seasons, so they kind of had some depth in the wings there, just in case like something like this happened. But that is definitely something to look into, read into a little bit.
He talking about the game, fools. He was sure NIU had our number this week and stop it. You know what? He owes you $100 because for him to even have the cojones to bet you that they will win the game is beyond me. That's just beyond me. 9211 says, rumor is, here goes rumor mill. 9211. Rumor is Makuza got into it with Donnie during the Colorado game, which led to a suspension last game. I can see that.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate too much.
I'm not speculating, but I'm just saying, okay, he said rumor.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that we're not. Good job. We don't know why he got suspended or whatever happened and why he didn't play, but he's a doggone good backup.
Yeah. A couple of the games that are coming up this weekend, by the way. Number 6, Tennessee, and number 15, Oklahoma. That one is especially interesting because Josh Heupel was not only Heisman Trophy runner-up national champion at Oklahoma, but he was fired there as an offensive coordinator along with Jay Norvell. They were co-offensive coordinators there at one time under Bob Stoops, but they weren't getting it done. Now, of course, all these years later, it's the Tennessee coach and the Colorado State head coach. So kind of interesting to see different roles over the years, but that's kind of the big one. Utah and Oklahoma State. That's a battle of top 15 teams in the Big 12. And USC and Michigan. USC travels to Michigan. The interesting part about that for the Wolverines is that Alex Orji will now start. Davis Warren threw 3 picks this past weekend, and so they're going to go ahead and make that switch already for the defending champions.
Yeah, how's that going to feel? You think being the national champions last year, and then this year you're going to get smashed at home? They about to get smashed by USC. I wonder what the spread is right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, check the spread. I want to know what that spread is right now. Did you watch any NFL games? I know sometimes we get so caught up in Nebraska football that we forget about the NFL game, but my man Cam Taylor-Britt picked off Mahomes.
Yeah, that's a highlight reel.
You got too many people say they picked off Mahomes.
Oh, it was an Odell Beckham like catch as a cornerback along the sideline. So it was really impressive. That was basically, I mean, I'd put that up there as the number one highlight of the league last year. As far as, it's tough to tell because my timeline's flooded with a bunch of Husker accounts, but that was making its rounds.
Yeah. Vince Watson says Michigan +6.
Yeah, I can see that. USC favored by.
That if I was a betting man, that'd be my lock. That would be my lock. USC, hey, yes.
Yeah.
That would be a lock of all locks right there. Michigan +6, that's all?
Yeah.
I would have thought +12, or unless they're thinking that this quarterback is going to make a big difference.
Well, he didn't win the job to begin with. It has a little bit more running to his game than Warren does, so maybe that can help him out. But I mean, it seems like a low number to me too.
That seems very low. Railroader Matt says Sam Darnold for MVP. Skull Viking.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but he is having a little bit of a career resurgence.
Right. 1809 says, besides Nebraska, what game over the weekend did you guys enjoy the most?
Well, boy, I mean, I think, again, there wasn't too many big upsets. The Georgia game was really good with Kentucky. But I mean, I think part of the story in college football is watching Florida State lose to Memphis. I mean, they're 0-3. And Mike Norvell, I mean, this is off an undefeated regular season last year, remember? And then Florida. I mean, the Billy Napier rumors were out there. There's talk about boosters pulling together right now to try to get his buyout ready. Not looking good there in the swamp. And it was kind of entertaining. I always like the swamp when it's raining too. It kind of adds to the swamp feel.
So is this set up just right for I don't want to call him a traitor. He's not a traitor, but for Dion to flip on Colorado and go to Florida or Florida State? Because so you say Florida State had their coach aren't going anywhere, but we know the writing's on the wall for Florida.
Yeah. Billy Napier, I think, is just waiting for that call. Mike Norvell's really interesting. They'd have to pay a big buyout for him. I don't know if for Dion, he has to get it right in Boulder. I mean, they've got at least, win 6 or 7 games, I think, for him to be an attractive choice for anybody. But yeah, I mean, it could play out that. That's what the Florida State one. They look really lost right now, and it's just fascinating because he struggled there out of the gate, remember, and then was able to kind of reverse fortune, and everything was like, okay, now he's one of the top coaches. So they give him this huge bag, and now he's right back to, man, they could do a lot better than Mike Norvell.
Hey, well, wait, since you're talking bags, how about Dallas gave the bag up to the two guys, right?
Yeah.
To those two guys, do I have to say their name? You say their name, Bach. I don't want to say.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott
gave up the bag, and what did they get in return? Blown out.
Yeah, that was a bad look.
Oh, this is the last one. The conservative Husker says, "How come NIU is so much better than the Puffs?" I don't know that NIU is that much better than the Puffs. I think the Puffs got starstruck and by themselves, with all that gold, and they got weighted down by the gold and diamonds that they had on. And before you knew it, they didn't know that, they were seeing red. So I just think they came in and we hit them in the mouth, and they got caught slipping. But I don't think NIU is better than. I don't think they're better than Colorado. Do you?
Well, one thing about NIU too in the FCS is that they play in the Missouri Valley Conference, and Northern Iowa moved up in the FCS rankings after losing to Nebraska. They were not ranked. They moved to 25th. So I don't know what the rankings are exactly, but in last week's prep, I noticed 8 of the 11 teams of the Missouri Valley, not including Northern Iowa, were in the top 25 of the FCS. That includes North Dakota State, South Dakota State. So, that's a tough conference as far as FCS goes. There's no break. So they either got to be good and competitive, or they're going to be getting blown out and be the doldrums of the FCS football.
100%. Bach, I guess get us out of here. It's the end of the show. Fastest 2 hours, man. Boom, bam, bada boom, bada bang. It's over with.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Well, we got plenty more going on the captain coming up throughout the week. Of course, we want to hear from Rashawn and Terrell, but we also want to hear from Carricker coming off that NIU and Northern Iowa game. Let's go ahead and do that. The Adam Carricker Show comes up next here on 93.7 The Ticket.